fellow hunters, and welcome to another review. This one a special treat, because right now I have the Blu-ray right here. Today we'll be reviewing the Isekai anime known as Overlord. So, as I always like to say, let the hunt begin. I have quite a few things to say. Most of them are positive with a few negatives, because there's always negatives to these things, aren't there? And let's start with the positives. I like the anime because it's a nice, fresh take on this whole series, because at this point, Isekai is just an oversaturated genre. It's always the same. Protagonist from our world goes to a fantasy world, is the hero, blah, 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 blah. I think we kind of blame SAO for this, because they did kind of popularize it. There were other series before them, but right now the fault is to SAO. I'll get to that series another day, but for now, Overlord is mine. Right now. So, what do I have to say? Well, we can start off with the characters, as I always do. First up is Ainz, who is a perfect character, if I must say. In the sense that he's not a bad character, far from it, he's a good character. But in the sense that he's just a bit too overpowered. He never loses a fight, he's always planning ahead, and his opponents can never seem to beat him. You think that's a bad character, but he is an overlord, technically, so it's not so bad. It can get a bit samey because, frankly, you know he's going to win somehow. Either by his own planning or just because he's so good. So it can be a double-edged sword, but thankfully it's more on the positive side than the negative for Ainz. Would have easily been a negative, but it was a positive. We also have his fellow servants, Alberto, Cocytus, Mare, Aura, Demiurge, and so many other characters I couldn't possibly name them all. Well, I did name a few of them, but these were the five I think are important. They're what they call floor guardians, protectors of each floor. They are ridiculously powerful, but not as powerful as Ainz. They have the characters which are pretty good. Each of their personalities work nice with each other or conflict with each other, depending on who interacts with who, but overall I'd say they're good. If I was going to have a flaw with them, is that they're just too loyal to a fault. They're so loyal, in fact, that if I said that the sky was orange, they believe him, because I said it. To them, there is subordinates, and to them, they're his master, who's always right and never wrong. It can get a little bit silly when they can't think for themselves, but over time, I did watch a few more of the seasons. They do learn to think for themselves. So it isn't a complete loss, but at the beginning it does feel a bit, I don't know the word, it just feels a bit awkward at times. But that's the one thing, but now we move on to the music, which I do love. The music is fantastic, one of the best in the series. Frankly, I love the themes. The opening catches you for a good time. You want to see what goes on. You want to see the series. The ending is also quite melancholic. It has a dark atmosphere to it. Or am I just thinking of something else? But my personal favorite theme is Ainz's theme. Boy, do I get the chills when I hear that theme. When you hear that theme, you know things are going to go great for Ainz. He's going to win. And he does. I said, he does. Animation-wise, it's hit or miss sometimes. Most of the time it is a hit, but most of the times it's a miss. They use CGI, but when they do, it looks kind of awkward. It looks stiff. It looks unresponsive. It looks like they're monitoring clay or something. It doesn't look right, and sometimes the animation can look stiff even with the 2D one. It's a sad shame, because Madhouse has done excellent animation, like One Punch Man, My Hero Academia. They do fantastic, but Overlord, the first season, looks very janky, which is a shame, because if it had better animation quality, it would have looked far better. Sometimes when you have a secondary project, it kind of happens, but thankfully, it's not entirely a miss, and I would recommend it. So, what did I think? I think Overlord was a great twist on the series, and I wish more series would do this. They would take the formula and change it. Restaurant to Another World. Overlord. They do twists. So, like I said, give it a watch. It should be available in Crunchyroll if you have that, so please watch it legally to support your creators. I'm the Old Hunter, and as always, may the good light guide your way. Like and subscribe, comment down below, and I all wish you a good day. May the good light guide your way.